Hey everybody, I'm Jimmy Rance. It's going to be another one of those late kind of videos. Like I said, I've been kind of like the night man, but that's all right. There's a lot of folks that come on here at nighttime. I don't have to just cater to the daytime people, do I? This may be a longer video than what I normally do, so I'm just warning you. You can always shut it off if you don't like it. I want to talk about a few different things. Here we go. I come on here and start itching, scratching, digging, pulling. It's crazy, man, how that happens. That's why I'm always doing this kind of stuff. It's just part of the fun. It's just part of the fun. Let me see if this will help. Thank you, Rusty78609. I stole this from Rusty. Anyway, it don't matter. Look, I want to talk about a few things, so if you don't like what I got to say, well, you can maybe move it forward. Maybe there's something on here that you'll like. Maybe you won't like none of it. Turn it off. I don't care. Throw your cell phone in the trash. Flush it down the toilet. Go get a job. I don't know. I want to talk a little bit about grifters, but I'm not talking about your regular kind of grifters. I want to talk about these whining YouTube people. I got to be careful because I'm in one of my moods, I can tell. Oh, goody, Jimmy's going to rant. Yeah, I might. I want to talk about compatibility. That's very important. I don't want to talk about like who's right or wrong. I just want to talk about people, two people, and maybe you can identify with this. Two people, you love each other, but you got some compatibility issues. So is your love strong enough to save you and give you a good relationship? Where's my pen? I like my pacifier. If my hair is all messed up, I'm sorry. I couldn't figure out the right clothes to put on today. I couldn't get my hair to do right. I don't know. I have to always try to look as good as I can for my Phillies. I talked about my Phillies in my last video, I believe. The Jimmy Stable. Yeah, right. I don't know where to go, man. I got so much. I did my little poll questions. I enjoy doing polls. Now, look, whenever I'm doing a poll and I'm trying to think of options, I only have 4 options, people. I can't put, like, if I say, hey, name your favorite legendary actress. Well, I'm thinking about, well, yeah, there's so many of them. Now, that doesn't mean that we got to go to 1940 and 50 and pull Betty Davis out of your rectum, or Joan Crawford, or Barbara Stanwyck, or one of them. So I come up with some modern day people, and somebody said, you know who you are, and it's fine. You got the right to your opinion. You said they were kind of, I forgot the word that you said, but you weren't thrilled about the 4 options that I gave you. You said like they were weak or something. Well, so I asked you, I said, well, why don't you give me 4 names and maybe we'll do another poll and we'll use the 4 that you come up with. So look, folks, this is not, we're not studying or talking about geophysics, We're not talking about string theories or theoretical physics or anything. It's a poll question. And you got 4 options. You got to make a damn big to-do about it. Why can't you people just pick one? And that's it. If you don't like the poll, don't do anything. But please, man, don't be coming to me telling me, hey, it's ridiculous. The options are ridiculous. Well, they may be. I don't care. I don't do these polls for me. I do these polls for you. They're like the Jimmy Rance 22 crossword puzzles of 2026, except they're in the form of a poll question. It irritates the hell out of me when people do that. But you guys always do it. You always got to, chime in. I suggest if you don't like my poll questions, if you don't have a channel, start one and run your own poll questions. Okay, that's how we're going to start off. Okay. Yeah, it's just one of those days, Oh, Jimmy's being mean. No, I'm not. Jimmy just, I've had a hard day. I had a hard 2 days. Believe me, I have. I got things that I deal with off of YouTube that you don't even know about. And that's all right. Yeah, it's called life. It's called life, and it's called life's pain in the asses. And you have to deal with them. You have to deal with them. You can't just always sweep important things under the rug. You got to stand up, people, and you got to face what you have to face. You got to take care of business. Don't put it off. Well, I don't know where to start first. I really don't. I said something wrong the other day on a video. I want to straighten it out. I said something to the effect, and I want to do a little damage control because I said it wrong. Even whenever I caught myself saying what I said, I even said that, hey, I said that wrong. And then what did I do? I basically said the same thing afterwards. So I didn't correct nothing. I made it worse. I said that I'm a single man, okay? Yeah. My wife died 10 months ago. Yeah. That's a horrible thing. I'm not making light of it. And it's time to move on with life, you know? And I made a statement about something about there's not anybody here on my YouTube channel that I'm remotely interested in. Well, I said that wrong. I'm going to straighten it out now. That's not right. That's not right. There are a lot of you people that come and visit me and talk to me. A lot of you, well, not a lot of you, but you email me and we talk, you know, we talk about YouTube things, and we just talk about maybe some problems that you may have, and you ask me for advice, and I try to give you advice. Not that I'm an expert, because I'm not. Who am I? I'm just a dirt bag from Mississippi with a cell phone making a YouTube video. But we talk about stuff. We laugh about a lot of stuff. And I think a lot of you are very nice people. I think a lot of you people are lovely. And there are a lot of you ladies. This ain't the dating game here. Jimmy Rance is not about the dating game. But I like to talk about social issues. And dating and finding love or relationships after the death of a partner or a spouse is an important topic. It's called sociology. And when I was in college, I went to college for 7 years. And out of all of the crap that I took, believe it or not, sociology was my favorite subject. I love to talk about people and society and groups and the way animal behavior is in groups and things like that. I love it. But anyway, getting back to the women, there's a lot of you. There's a lot of you that are absolutely fantastic here. And I apologize for saying what I said. I said, there's nobody here remotely I'm interested in. That's not true. I'm interested in everybody and everything and whatever. Now, there's something that I've been, so did I get that straight? I think 99.9% of you are out. No, make it 100%. You're all ugly. You're all ugly. From what I can see, from what you show me, I don't really know, who you really are. You show me who you are by the way you write. You know what I mean? It's not like we have a one-on-one relationship and I can really make an assessment of what I think about you and me jiving. Because I've met some wonderful people that I thought I could really, like. But it just turns out that we're just not compatible. And we're going to talk about compatibility a little later on. That's what we're going to do. So if you don't want to talk about compatibility, you need to go do something. Go to a channel that's talking about how to dig the earwax out of your ears or something, or how to shave the hair off your back. I read something really interesting today, and I've been thinking about, I really think about this, and I don't know why. A lot of when I say younger people, my God, I'm so old. I'm like I always say, I'm going to be 72 next month, August the 19th. I'm going to be 72. So I'm barely hanging on to 71, and I'm kind of doing all right for 71. I still have my wits about me. I still feel like I got a little bit of coolness in me. I still have my hair. It's about the only thing I got going for me, but I got that. But anyway, I read this thing, and it said something to the effect of like, what is the youngest age that somebody, like whatever your age is, and you want to know, okay, I want to go out there amongst the magnolias and the alpha boys, and I want to figure out, well, what age group should I be looking for? You know, like you may be 60, you may be 65. Well, what's the youngest that I should? What's my bottom line number that I need to stop at? Well, I read this thing and it said that what I need to do is take my age, divide it by 2, and then add 7. So I said, what? So my dating range should be from 43 years old to and up to whatever. I mean, might as well say I'm 72. Dating a 43-year-old? I mean, that's what this thing said. It's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I agree with it. It's just the way it is. I mean, that's what this person said. So, 43? I don't know. 43? I don't know if a 43-year-old female could keep up with a 72-year-old man. You know what I mean? It's probably impossible. I don't know. I thought that was strange. 43 years old. But I'll tell you what, I do talk to women. I do talk to women that are in their 40s, not so much in their young 40s, in their older 40s, like closer to 50 and up. And some of them are sharp. I mean, they're sharp. They know a lot of stuff that I don't know about because they're tech savvy. They're out and about in the world. Where I'm just sitting at the house. What am I going to do? I'm just sitting here at the house every day. Oh, a lot of you ask me, well, Jimmy, have you painted that room yet? No, I haven't. I should be honest with you. I have been a lazy bum. I've been a lazy bum as far as painting that room. I don't feel like painting just yet. I just don't. I don't know why I'm not motivated. I've kind of this is bad. I used to make up my mind and I would do whatever I had to do. But today, well, I can do this, I can do that, I could do this or I could do that. So what should I do? Well, I could paint the room, but if I paint the room, then I can get carpet. I can't get carpet if I don't paint the room. But then again, I got something else that I need to do that's equally important over here. Oh, and then I got this to do. So I reprioritize sometimes. Maybe you people do the same thing. I don't know. I'll eventually get to the room, but I just have to be in the mood. I really do. Let's talk about the last thing. I guess it's the last thing. Now look, when I talk about this little topic for a little bit, this is for you to think about. It's not me pointing a finger at anybody or I'm attacking anyone or all I'm going by is experiences that I have had in my life. That's all I got. That's all I got. It's like I said one time, and I told you one time I had an extremely, extremely jealous wife. I mean, to the point of where I think she was just totally unstable. She was something mentally irregular. Something was wrong about her jealousy. So it was that jealousy that caused me to get a divorce. And I got the divorce after being married to her for about 7 years. Maybe it was 8. I can't remember. So that was a long time ago. And so do you think under that premise that say, hey, wait, Jimmy divorced somebody because of extreme jealousy. So that tells me in the future, if I ever met someone that was extremely jealous, it doesn't seem like that'd be a good pair for me, would it? Because I've already got a divorce because of jealousy. Why would I want to go and jump back into the frying pan again? I don't think I'd want to do that. That's just an example. I'm not saying how it is, but that's just an example of like compatibility. Again, I'm not trying to say who's right and who's wrong. What do you do in this situation? I want to give you an example of me and another female. It's a true story. Try not to bore you to death with it too long, but it's true. But what do you do whenever, and a lot of people can meet and they can, it don't matter if you meet on YouTube. I met my wife, Bobby, on YouTube and we got married. I met another lady on YouTube. We got married, the jealousy, and we didn't work out. We didn't work out. But anyway, just because we meet and you talk to me and I talk to you on YouTube, I'm so tired of hearing about how YouTube's not real. I mean, YouTube is very real. It truly is real. There's a person behind the keyboard. There's a person that's behind the camera. There's a person and very much involved in YouTube. And you know, just because we're on YouTube, it doesn't mean that like we're some kind of freaks of nature, because a lot of us are disabled. A lot of us can't get out and be social for a lot of reasons. I mean, I have cataracts so bad it's dangerous for me to drive. So that keeps me homebound. That keeps me home. That keeps me on YouTube a lot. And that's all right. And I've met some wonderful people. I've even gotten married off of meeting some lovely, lovely, wonderful people on YouTube. The people are real. You can have real relationships. And you can meet somebody on YouTube, and that may graduate into maybe emailing. Now you leave YouTube and you email, you're getting a little more personal. And then that may lead to a telephone call. And you may do that for a while, and you really enjoy talking to each other. It's kind of like you're developing a crush on each other. You know, you're getting that puppy love stage on you. And then now you start moving up to FaceTime. Now you're really talking one-on-one. It's like a Zoom call. And the next thing you know, you hook up. Somebody flies to somebody. You live together maybe for a year or so, and then you get married. YouTube started and created that. There's nothing wrong. Don't never feel embarrassed because maybe you're homebound, housebound, whatever the word is, and you can't get out there and mingle for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. And this is all you have. Don't be ashamed of it. Be thankful that you have what you have. YouTube saved my ass when my wife died. I don't want to get off into that story because I've talked about it a lot, but it was YouTube that helped pull me out of that depression. It pulled me, it took me out of that emotional crap that I was in. It allowed me to get on here and talk to you good people. Not all of you are good, but the good ones that I have met on here. Thank you. You saved me. All of you. Collectively, you've all saved me. Some have saved me more than others. And I thank you for that. And that's why I wanted to correct what I said the other day. There's nobody on this YouTube platform in my generation that I'm remotely interested in. That is not true. I said that wrong. If you are between the ages of 43 and 600 years old, according to this thing that I read, you and I could possibly hook up. 43, holy crap. You may meet somebody, we're talking about compatibility, and you really like each other, but you got some issues that you got to deal with. Is your love strong enough to get you through the compatibility or the incompatibility, I should be saying? You're a quiet person. You're a quiet person. You don't like a lot of noise. You don't like a lot of crap around. You like it kind of quiet. You like to read. You like to maybe do your stuff on the internet or your cell phone or iPad. You kind of like it quiet. And there's nothing wrong with that. But then your partner is always on the go. Woohoo! Always on the go. I got to go, go, go. Let me crank up the music. Let me crank that TV up. Let me just disturb the hell out of my partner. Can you overcome that? How do you work that out? Here I am, I live in this is considered a ranch style house, what I live in right now, okay? I have it decorated. I've lived in this house for 19 years. Next month, 19 years I've lived in this house. 19 years next month. I think it's on the 16th of next month, just before my birthday. And I have my house, I have my plates, my dishes, my cookware. I've got my washer and dryer. I've got the kind of art that I like on the walls. I've got the paint colors that I like. I have hardwood floors. I have some tile. I have all kind of stuff. It's to my desire, my taste. It was my house. I made it for me. Now, here we go. I meet somebody. I like modern kind of things. I like the ranch style things. Uh, it's kind of hard to define ranch style things, but I'm a modern 21st century kind of guy. You guys may hate this person. He's a painter. I met him. And I'm so thankful I got him to meet this gentleman. His name was Thomas Kincaid. He's a brilliant, wonderful man. He was a Christian man. Fantastic. He was the painter of lights. Thomas Kincaid. I'm sure a lot of you know who I'm talking about. I like that kind of artwork. A lot of people don't, but I do. And so I have my house in that type of decor. Now I got some crazy stuff. I have some posters. You can walk down my hall, and I got some movie posters. I was watching this, Bobby and I, we were watching this show on YouTube, and it was about these mansions and how they decorate. And you'll be surprised how many of them had like movie posters hanging on a wall. And we looked and said, that's kind of cool. So Bobby and I ordered a bunch of posters from movies that we like. We started hanging them up, and we liked them. We thought they were pretty modern, pretty cool. But there's a lot of people that hate stuff like that. Now, let me say this too. There's a lot of people, like, I'm just going to use me for an example, and whoever, it's no any certain person, it could be anybody. I am not a religious person. I do not want to really go to church. I don't. Not that I have anything against it. I just don't want to go. I mean, I grew up in the church. I was a pew duster. You know what a pew is? You know where you sit down on that bench in church? Well, every time I was a kid and I would slide across the pew, I was dusting the pew with my butt. I'm a pew duster. I grew up in the church. I've listened to the entire sermons. I've listened to the entire everything that was ever preached about from the time I was knee-high to a grasshopper until I was an adult. I got the story down. I got it. I know. You don't have to let me remember the same stuff. Go to church, the same stuff. Well, Paul said, well, Matthew said, well, Habakkuk said, well, Daniel and Ezekiel said this. Revelation, John the Revelator said that. I got it. I studied all that. I've read the Bible, studied the Bible. I've done all that. I'm not trying to put down anybody who is religious, but I'm not. I'm spiritual, not religious. And trust me, there's a huge difference. So here I meet Miss Perfect. Love her to death. She's nice. Nice to talk to. I can't wait to talk to her in the morning. Whenever I go to sleep at night, before I go to sleep, I'm thinking about her like, wow, this is really nice. I'm really enjoying this. Oh, but Jimmy, I'm a religious person. I believe in Jesus like you don't know. I'm like, oh God. Strike one. Because she's going to try to save me. I don't need to be saved, okay? I've already been through all that stuff. I don't want to, It's like whenever I was 6 years old and I took that walk down to the preacher and I said, I want Jesus in my life. I want to be saved. I know I'm young, but when I die, I want to go to heaven. I don't want to go to hell. Well, right there, I asked God in Romans 10:13, for whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. I did that. I asked God, please come into my life. Save me. Help me. In the name of Jesus. Blah, blah, blah. I did all that. 6 years old, I did that. 6. Don't know why I did it, but I did. It's just that moment. It was just that moment in time. And it was at a night service, at Sunday night service. So I've been through all of that. I don't need to be saved. Once you're saved or once you're forgiven, don't take it back. A lot of people do that. You take it back. Don't do that. I know a lot of you know what I'm talking about. Look, I know I'm scatterbrained. I'm going all over the place. I am talking about compatibility and incompatibility. I am no longer religious. I have moved on to other things that I think are more, well, really closer to God than where I came from out of the church, to be honest with you. I say this, just hear what I'm saying. My mental vehicle, my brain, my mind, my thought, my mental vehicle is hooked to a jet. But a lot of people that I have met, their mental vehicles, well, they're hooked to a buggy and a horse. And that buggy and that horse is not going to travel as fast as that jet. That jet's going to get you on to where you need to be, where that horse is just going to just mosey along. I don't want to be on the mule or the horse in the wagon. I want to be on that jet. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't want to be, and I'm just talking, just hear me out. This is stuff that's interesting to me. It may not be interesting to you, but it is to me. It's like if I'm a geophysicist, okay? Educated person, has skill sets, scholastically, geophysics, chemistry, biology, maybe even some economics and business, marketing, that sort of thing. A well-rounded education. And now here I meet somebody that's in the first grade. And that may be the smartest first grader that you ever want to meet, the smartest first grader in the world. Do you think that first grader is going to be on the same level of awareness or be in tune or in touch with the person that's the geophysicist? It ain't going to happen. Can the child who loves and adores Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, can that little kid that likes Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, can they appreciate Pavarotti? You know what I'm saying? Sinatra, Tony Bennett, Andy Williams, Pagliacci, some of the greats, Sarah Brightman, Andre Bocelli. Can those people of that stature come down to Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star? Can they be compatible? I can't. I can't do it. Excuse me. I can't do it. And to me, that is being unequally yoked. I may, like I said, in my house, it's kind of a modern style house. But if I met somebody, but all they really liked was antiques, hey, I like antiques too. I think they're beautiful. But I don't want the antiques in my house, not really. Because it conflicts with what I have. Can my partner and I, can we let love conquer all that? My partner may be a very socialite type person. Loves to have friends over all the time, loves to go with their friends, always want to go to every little event that the family has. Like, somebody gets sick, you may live with me here in Colorado, but you happen to live in, say New York. Oh, Daddy's got the sniffles. Oh God, let me get on the plane. I got to go to Daddy. Is that who you are? Because I'm not that way. I'm friendly. I'm respectful. During the holidays, I would prefer that people stay away and let me and my wife or my partner let us have our own private Christmas or whatever. And if we both want to go to somebody's house or visit together, that's okay. But to be forced to have to do it, I can't do it. Can you see where I'm going with any of this stuff? This is a long video. I'm sorry. Again, I just felt like talking. I'm the kind of guy, I would like to think that I'm open-minded enough that I will try to accommodate my wife in any way that I can. My main goal as a husband is to please my wife, no matter what. But I need to be equally yoked with this lady. We have to be on the same page. I'm going to tell you one little quick story, and then I'm going to end this, okay? I apologize, this is so long. I met this lady, and I ended up marrying this lady. I lived in this house right here. It's already furnished. It's ready to go. You couldn't put another thing in this house. But this lady, she owned an antique store that she went out of business. And she got rid of a lot of antiques, but she probably had half of her store of antiques. I mean, big furniture and this and that and lights and lamps and all kinds of stuff, pictures, everything. And on top of that, she owned another business. And this other business, she owned many, many, many vacation rentals. And these rentals, every one of them had furniture in them. And I'm talking about like maybe 10 rentals. Well, whenever she was going to come to me, she wanted to bring all this stuff. And I told her, I want you to have your precious private things that mean the most to you, but hon, I already have a house. It's already furnished. I couldn't put another couch. I can't bring 5 more beds in my house. I can't bring 80 more pieces of art in the house. I have no room. I cannot put 50 pounds of groceries in a 5-pound bag, and that's what you're asking me to do. Now, I'll compromise. I'll be glad we'll get a big storage unit or a couple storage units, and we'll take your things and put them in there. Right off the bat, that created a tremendous psychological and emotional hardship on both of us because she was so attached to her stuff, and I understand that. I get it. But at the same time, I already have an established house. So what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just throw all my stuff out? Just throw all my stuff out on the street? Just so she can bring her stuff that I really hate because it's antiques. Antiques are not going to jive in my decor as what I have. So I guess she could say, well, you mean you want to be just lonely because you don't want some antiques in your house? I'm like, that's not fair. That's a low blow. That's a cheap shot. I had this house before I met you. My house is my house. This is where we're going to live. You don't have a house. I do. You're coming to live with me. Most men provide the house, right? Well, they used to. I don't know. Who knows today? But anyway, guys, it caused a lot of trouble. We were together about 7 or 8 years, and boy, I couldn't deal with. I don't want to put her down because she really was a lovely lady. I'm still friends with her to this day. There are times that we have written each other just to check on each other, see how we're doing. But we were not compatible, and that's what this whole thing is about. Should incompatible people, even if you love each other, is the love strong enough to make it? And that's what this video is mostly about. I know it's long, but I really wish you guys would talk to me about it, even if it's 3 people, 2 people. How do you feel? How do you handle these things? You know, you put 2 alphas together, what the hell, man? Is that a problem? Might be. I've been in that situation, and guess what? It didn't work out. Hey, thanks for listening, guys. Thank you so much. I'm sorry this was really long, but sometimes it takes time to talk about that. I could talk forever. 43 years old to whatever. That's supposed to be my age range. Boy, I would feel weird doing that. Hey, thanks a lot, guys. I'm Jimmy Rants.